imagine if you had a block of code similar to this and you wanted to run it multiple times. Well, the simplest solution would be to copy and paste it, right? Yeah, it works, but this is not an optimal solution. So in today's video, I want us to go over loops, how to create them, how they work, and how to use them basically. Okay, so the while loop. Why is it called a while loop? Well, it's because it keeps running a block of code as long as if a condition is met or is true, basically. So for example, say I had the variable x and I'm like it's equal to 1. Then I do this while x is equal to 1. By the way, this is how you check if something is equal to another thing. It returns true, but I'm not going to explain why just yet. It's some boolean stuff. We're going to get into it. So for now, let's just print x is equal to 1. Okay, so I run this. It should run forever, or at least until I stop the program. So yeah, it kept running because updating this, right? It has to go back to this statement and check if this condition is still true. If it is true, it's gonna run this again. Anything within this block is gonna keep running forever. Okay. Uh, but then let's say I did something like this. Okay. While x is smaller than, let's not do 10, let's do like 30 for example. Okay. Not print x, but then again, since x is not changing, it's always gonna be smaller than 30. This is gonna run forever again. So let's for example add 1 to x. Remember, this is equal to this is the same as doing x is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so you're just incrementing the number 1. Okay, so this just prints every single number from 1 to 30, excluding 30. Reason being, if x was 30, this would be false because 30 is not smaller than 30. Okay, so yeah, now let's say for example we wanted to stop the loop, one of those infinite loops halfway. Okay, so like I said, this bit, that bit where you compare stuff, it can become true or false. So in this case, that just means I can, if I want to, just add the word true there. This will just this will just create another infinite loop. Reason being, true will never be false. Okay, yeah, so it will always, what's this, print looping, or loop in this case. Yeah, so okay, but then let's say I wanted to stop it, right? Let's say if x is equal to 20 for example, we can use this statement. It's called the break statement. Now doing this will just tell the program to like stop looping. Okay, so now Jesus, so yeah, I've just gotta create an increment for x so that it actually gets to 20. Otherwise it's still just an infinite loop. But yeah, this time it only prints this 20 times. Okay, now that's just about everything you need to know about the while loop. There isn't much to it, so let's move on to for loops. Okay, so for loops. Now just imagine if you had a list of stuff, okay, and then you wanted to print all of them but plus 1. So like for every element, like 0, you want to print 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, and so on. Okay, so first of all, let me just put this into a variable. obviously the first thing you have to do is like, print the thing at, yeah, at that index plus 1. Okay, right? For example, let's do this. The first thing is what? 0. 0 plus 1 is just 1. If we print it, we have to get a 1. Okay, say now I'd have to, copy this, paste it, and then change the indices. So, oh, sorry, this should be a 3, this should be a 2. Alright, so yeah, this almost, yeah, it gives us exactly what we want, but having to like write all of this code is kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. So now just imagine if you had like numbers that went all the way to like a million, I guess. Well, not a million, yeah, whatever, a million. Okay, this would be a problem. So that's why we have for loops. A for loop allows you to get an element in an iterable, in our case nums. So for every element in nums, an element, by the way, is just one of these things that are stored in it. So for every element, we wanna print the end. Okay, so in this case, we just print every single number in the thing. Maybe for you to believe me, let me remove that number 7 there. I print this. See, we don't have a 7 here, so it is indeed all the numbers in here. Okay, so now what we said was we want to get the element and then add 1 to it, right? Alright, then yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do with the for loops and stuff. But then imagine now if you didn't have this iterable, like you don't want to have to type all of this in again. It might be a number that's like, oh, an iterable storing like millions of values, you see. So if you want to create, what's this, use this built-in, it's an object, yeah, this built-in object. Okay, and then you specify where you want it to start, where you want it to end. So for example, let's say we wanted to end at 100. Imagine it's kind of creating something sort of like a list that goes from 0 to 100. So now for every single element in that, it's gonna print it. Okay, yeah, again, one thing you have to note, let me just remove this +1 and then clear this. One thing you have to note, it does not include the last thing is specified here. So if you wanted it to get up to 100, you have to do 100 plus 1. By the way, let's say now you wanted to count in twos. Now you can specify a step. Okay, so from 0 it will go up 2 times. So like from 0 it goes to 2, then 4, 6, 8, all the way up to 100, but not including 100. As you can see, or say I want to change it to like 5, for example. Okay, and now you just get these numbers. So yeah, that's the power of for loops. Now when would you want to use a for loop and when would you want to use a while loop? Well, with the while loop, you typically use it if you want to loop through something, like you want to keep looping, but you don't know how many times you have to get a desired outcome. With the for loop, you have to specify how many times you want to loop. So yeah, that's the difference. If you know exactly how many times you want to loop, use a for loop. If you don't know how many times you have to loop, use a while loop. It's not too complicated. Also note that I'm glossing over a lot of stuff here. I wanted to kind of briefly explain it. Reason being, I wanted to make a video on algorithms, and we might have to use for loops and while loops, but then there isn't too much left to cover with our for loops and while loops. As long as if you know this bit, it should be enough. You can build actual projects with that.